Hello, and welcome to River Company's production of The Boor by Anton Chekhov. Originally written and performed in 1888, our production is adapted from the English translation published in Contemporary One-Act Plays, edited by B. Rowland Lewis in 1922. The Boor is directed by Nick AZZARETTI and performed by Emily Sue Barker, Soren Barker, and Nick AZZARETTI. Mike Lee edited the show. Instead of theater tickets, please consider a donation to River Company by visiting www.rivercompany.org or clicking the link in the video description. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Oh, I remember when I bought you that sweater. Oh, you look so good in that sweater. That was such a good trip. Well, most of it was a good trip. Oh, there we are. You were so handsome. Yeah. Oh, that smile. Oh, look at you.
It isn't right, madam. You're wearing yourself out. The blueberries and blackberries are ripe. Everything that breathes is enjoying life. Even the cat knows how to be happy, sneaks around the yard, catches birds. But you hide yourself here in the house as though you were a nun. Yes, truly, by actual reckoning, you haven't left this house for a whole year.
And I shall never leave it. Why should I? My life is over. Nikolai lies in his grave, so I have buried myself within these four walls. We are both dead.
There you go again. It's too awful to listen to. So your husband's gone. It was the Lord's will, and the Lord has given him eternal peace. You've grieved and grieved, and enough's enough. Now it's time to stop. You can't weep and wear mourning forever. Hang his photo on the wall, but change the desktop on your computer so it's not a picture of him. My wife died a few years ago. I grieved for her. I wept a whole month, and then it was over. Must you sing the blues forever? Anyway, that's more than he was worth. You've forgotten all your neighbors. You see no one. We live, pardon me, like spiders, and the bright light of day we never see. Oh, my dear, dear madam, young and pretty as you are, if you'd only let your spirit live. Beauty can't last forever. In 10 short years, you may wish to go out and meet someone, but then it'll be too late.
Please, don't speak of these things again. You know very well that since Nikolai's death, my life is absolutely nothing to me. You think I live, but it only seems so. Do you understand? Oh, that his departed soul may see how I still love him. It's no secret to you. He was often unjust to me, cruel, and he wasn't faithful, but I'll be faithful to the grave and prove to him how I can love. There, in the beyond, he'll find me the same as I was until his death.
What's the use of all these words when you'd much rather go walking in the garden by yourself? Why not exercise Toby, take a ride, visit the neighbors? Oh, madam, dear madam, what is it? In heaven's name.
He loved Toby so much. Oh, what a wonderful horseman he was. How fine he looked when he pulled the reins with all his might. Toby. Tell them in the stables to give Toby an extra measure of oats today.
Yes, ma'am.
You'll see, Nikolai, how I can love and forgive. My love will die only with me when my poor heart stops beating. And aren't you ashamed? I have been a good, true wife. I have imprisoned myself, and I shall remain true until death. And you're not ashamed of yourself, my dear monster. You quarreled with me. You left me alone for weeks.
Oh, ma'am? Someone's asking for you, insists on seeing you.
You've told him that since my husband's death, I see no one?
I said so, but he won't listen. He says it's a pressing matter.
I see no one.
I told him that, but he swore like a wild man. He's in the vestibule now.
Fine, let him in. The impudent. What a bore people are. What can they want with me? Why do they disturb my peace? I'll need to enter a convent. Yes, a convent.
You fool, you ass! Excuse me, madam. Allow me to introduce myself. Army Lieutenant, retired country gentleman, Grigory S. SMIRNOV. I'm compelled to bother you about an exceedingly important matter.
Helena J. Popov, what do you wish?
Your deceased husband, with whom I had the honor to be acquainted, left me 2 notes amounting to about $1,200. Inasmuch as I have to pay the interest tomorrow on a bank loan, I'd like to request, madam, that you pay me the money today.
1,200 and for what was my husband indebted to you?
He bought oats from me.
LUKA, don't forget to give Toby an extra measure of oats.
Yes, ma'am.
If my late husband is indebted to you, I shall, of course, pay you. But I am sorry, I haven't the money today. When my manager returns tomorrow, he'll pay you what is due you, but until then, I cannot satisfy your request. Furthermore, today is just 7 months since the death of my husband, and I'm in no mood to discuss money matters.
And I am in the mood to fly up the chimney with my feet in the air if I can't lay hold on the interest tomorrow. They'll seize my land.
Day after tomorrow, you will receive the money.
I don't need the money day after tomorrow. I need it today.
I'm sorry, I can't pay you today.
And I can't wait until the day after tomorrow.
But what can I do if I don't have it?
So you can't pay?
I cannot.
Is that your last word?
My last.
Absolutely?
Absolutely.
Thank you. And they expect me to stand for all that. People always ask me why I worry so. Why in heaven's name shouldn't I worry? I need money. I feel the knife at my throat. Yesterday morning, I called on my debtors. If even one of them had paid his debt, I work my fingers to the bone. And now at last I come to you. Hope for a little money. And all you give me is moods. Why shouldn't I worry?
I thought I made it plain to you that day after tomorrow, my manager will get your money.
I'm not here to see your manager. I'm here to see you. What the hell, pardon the language, do I care for your manager?
Really, sir, I am not used to such language or such manners. I need to step away for a minute.
What can one say to that? Moods. 7 months since her husband died. Now, do I have to pay the interest or not? I repeat the question. Do I have to pay the interest or not? The husband is dead and all that, and the manager is, damn his eyes, traveling somewhere. Now tell me, what am I to do? Shall I fly away from my creditors in a balloon? Or knock my head against a stone wall? If I call on Grusin, he chooses to be not at home. Irvin has simply hidden himself. I quarreled with Kruzin and nearly threw him out a window. Madden is ill, and this woman has moods. Not one of them will pay up. And all because I've spoiled them, because I'm an old dish rag. I'm too tender-hearted with them. But wait, nobody plays tricks with me, damn them all. I'll press her and not budge till she pays. I'm so angry. Every tendon is trembling with anger. I can hardly breathe. I'm even growing ill. Well, what can we do? She hasn't it on hand. Now, what sort of logic is that? A fellow stands with a knife at his throat and he needs money. He's at the point of hanging himself, and she won't pay because she isn't in the mood to discuss money matters. Women's logic. That's why I never liked to talk to women, and why I dislike doing it now. I would rather sit on a powder keg than talk with a woman. Ugh, this affair has made me so angry. I need only to see such a romantic creature from a distance to get so angry. I have cramps in my calves. It's enough to make one yell for help. I'll sit here and stay until you bring that money, Mrs. Popov. If it takes a week, I'll sit here a week. If it takes a year, I'll sit here a year. As heaven as my witness, I'll get the money. You don't disturb me with your mourning, Helena, or with your button nose. Oh, we know that button nose. No, I'm gonna stay here. It's awful. Unbearable heat, no money. Didn't sleep last night, and now morning dresses with moods. My head aches. Perhaps I ought to have a drink. Yes, I must have a drink. A fine figure. There's no denying that. Ooh, dusty, dirty boots, unwashed, uncombed, straw in my vest. The lady probably took me for a highwayman. It was a little impolite to call with such clothes, but oh well, no harm done. I'm not her guest. I'm a creditor. There's no special uniform for creditors. Lord, how angry I am. I'm angry enough to throw mud at the whole world. I even feel ill.
You don't know how to treat a lady, sir.
What? Whom are you talking to? Keep quiet.
What a mess. This guy won't leave.
Lord, how angry I am. I'm angry enough to throw mud at the whole world. I even feel ill.
Sir, in my solitude, I've become unaccustomed to the human voice, and I cannot stand the sound of loud talking. I beg you, please cease disturbing my rest.
Pay me my money and I'll leave.
I told you once, plainly, in your native tongue, that I haven't the money at hand. Wait until the day after tomorrow.
And I also had the honor of informing you in your native tongue that I need the money, not the day after tomorrow, but today. If you don't pay me today, I shall have to hang myself tomorrow.
But what can I do if I haven't the money?
So you are not going to pay immediately. You're not.
I cannot.
Then I won't give up until I get the money. Will you pay the day after tomorrow? Excellent. Here I stay until the day after tomorrow. I ask you, do I have to pay the interest tomorrow or not? Or do you think I'm joking?
Sir, I beg of you, don't scream. This is not a stable.
I'm not talking about stables. I'm asking you whether I have to pay the interest tomorrow or not.
You have no idea how to treat a lady.
Oh, yes, I have.
No, you have not. You are an ill-bred, vulgar person. Respectable people don't speak so rudely to ladies.
How remarkable. How do you want one to speak to you? In French, perhaps? Madame, je vous prie, pardon me for having disturbed you. What beautiful weather we are having today, and how this morning becomes you.
Not at all funny. It's vulgar.
Not at all funny. Vulgar. I don't understand how to behave in the company of ladies. Madam, in the course of my life, I have seen more women than you have sparrows. 3 times have I fought duels for women. 12 I jilted, 9 jilted me. There was a time when I played the fool. I used honeyed language. I bowed and scraped. I loved. I suffered. I sighed to the moon. I melted in love's torments. I loved passionately. I loved to madness. I loved in every key. I chattered like a magpie on emancipation, sacrificed half my fortune in the tender passion. Until now, the devil knows I've had enough of it. Your obedient servant will let you lead him around by the nose. No more. Enough. Blue eyes, passionate eyes, coral lips, button noses, moonlight whispers, soft, modest sighs. For all that, madam, I wouldn't pay a penny. I'm not speaking of present company, but of women in general. From the tiniest to the greatest, they are conceited, hypocritical, chattering, odious, deceitful from top to toe, vain, petty, cruel, with a maddening logic. And in this respect, please excuse my frankness, but 1 sparrow is worth 10 of the aforementioned petticoat philosophers. When one sees one of the romantic creatures before him, he imagines he is looking at some holy being with so wonderful that its one breath could dissolve him in a sea of 1,000 charms and delights. But if one looks into the soul, it's nothing but a common crocodile. But the worst of it all is that this crocodile imagines it's a masterpiece of creation and that it has a monopoly on all the tender passions. May the devil hang me upside down if there's anything to love about a woman. When she is in love, all she knows is how to complain and shed tears. If a man suffers and makes sacrifices, she pouts and tries to lead him by the nose. You have the misfortune to be a woman, and naturally you know women's nature. Now tell me, on your honor, have you ever in your life seen a woman who is really true and faithful? Never. Only the old and deformed are true and faithful. It's easier to find a cat with horns or a white woodcock than a faithful woman.
But allow me to ask, who is true and faithful in love? The man, perhaps?
Yes, indeed, the man.
The man. The man, true and faithful in love. Well, that is something new. How can you make such a statement? Men true and faithful? So long as we've gone thus far, I may as well say that of all the men I have known, my husband was the best. I loved him passionately, with all my soul, as only a young, sensible woman may love. I gave him my youth, my happiness, my fortune, my life. I worshipped him with a pagan passion. And what happened? This best of men betrayed me in every possible way. After his death, I found his desk filled with love letters. While he was alive, he left me alone for months. He flirted with other women in my very presence. He wasted my money and made fun of my feelings. And in spite of everything, I trusted him and was true to him. And more than that, he is dead and I am still true to him. I have buried myself within these four walls and I shall wear this mourning to my grave.
Mourning? What on earth do you take me for? As if I didn't know why you wore this black disguise and why you buried yourself within these four walls. Such a secret. So romantic, some knight will pass the castle and gaze up at the windows and think to himself, here dwells the mysterious Helena, who for love of her husband has buried herself within four walls. I understand the game.
What do you mean saying such things to me?
You have buried yourself alive, but meanwhile, you have not forgotten to powder your nose.
How dare you speak so?
Don't scream at me, please. I'm not your business manager. Allow me to call a spade a spade. I'm not a woman, and I'm accustomed to say what I think. So please, don't scream.
I'm not screaming. It is you who are screaming. Please, leave me, I beg you.
Pay me my money and I'll leave you alone.
I won't give you the money.
You won't? You won't give me my money?
I don't care what you do. You won't get a dime. Leave me.
As if I hadn't had the pleasure of being, as I haven't had the pleasure of being either your husband or your fiancé. Please don't make a scene. I can't stand it.
You're going to stay?
I am.
Please leave me alone.
Give me the money.
I don't care to speak with impudent men. Leave. You aren't leaving.
No.
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 Leave now. Leave. Get out.
Kindly be more polite.
Oh, you're vulgar. You're a boor, a monster.
What did you say?
I said you were a boor, a monster.
Permit me to ask you, what right do you have to insult me?
What of it? Do you think I'm afraid of you?
And you think that because you're a romantic creature, you can insult me without being punished? I challenge you. We'll have a duel.
Do you think that because you have big fists and a steer's neck, I'm afraid of you?
I allow no one to insult me, and I make no exception because you're a woman, one of the weaker sex.
Boor! Boor! Boor!
It's high time to do away with the old superstition that it is only the man who is forced to give satisfaction. If there is equity at all, let there be equity in all things. There's a limit.
You want to fight a duel? Very well.
Anywhere, anytime.
Anywhere, anytime. My husband has pistols. I'll get them. Oh, what a delight it will be to put a bullet in your impudent head. Go to hell.
I'll shoot her down. I'm no fledgling, no sentimental young pup. For me, there is no weaker sex. A duel, that's equity, emancipation. That way the sexes are made equal. I'll shoot her down as a matter of principle. What can a person say to such a woman? Go to hell, I'll put a bullet in your impudent head. What can one say to that? She was angry. Her eyes blazed. She accepted the challenge. On my honor, it's the first time in my life that I've ever seen such a woman. That is a woman. I can understand her. A real woman. No shilly-shallying, but fire and powder and noise. It would be a pity to shoot a woman like that.
Here are the pistols. But before we have our duel, please show me how to shoot. I've never held a pistol before.
Oh, well, there are special kinds of dueling pistols, ones with the cap and ball. And these are Smith & Wesson. Fine pistols with ejectors. Now, a pair of pistols like this must have cost a few $100. Now, this is how you hold a gun. There. Those eyes.
Like this?
Yes. Now just extend your arm out like that, and pull the hammer back. Tilt your head just a little bit, and put your finger on the little thingy, and that's it. The trick is to not hurry your aim, and don't get too excited. Try not to let your hand shake too much. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to shoot into the air.
What? Why?
Well, because, well, that's my business.
Aha! You're afraid. No, my dear sir, no flinching. Okay, I won't rest until I put a bullet in that head I hate so much. Are you afraid?
Yes, I'm afraid.
You're lying. Why won't you fight?
Because I like you.
You like me? He dares to say he likes
Look,
me.
Are you still mad? I was angry as hell, but look, the thing is, how can I make you understand? Things like this are when a man. Is it my fault you owe me money? I like you, all right? I may even love you.
Stop! Ooh, I hate you.
Such fire. Oh, I've never met a woman like you. Never. And now I'm caught like a mouse in a trap.
I'll shoot you.
Shoot. You have no idea what joy it would be to die in the sight of those beautiful eyes, to be shot from a revolver in that velvet hand. Now, consider. Decide immediately, or we shall never see each other again.
I swear I'll shoot you!
Stop. Whoa. Hold on. I can't think. I can't understand it. Oh, I've fallen in love like a schoolboy. For 5 long years, I haven't been in love, and I thank the Lord for it, and then you arrived. Now, decide, quickly. Yes or no. Will you be my wife? All right.
Wait a minute.
Well?
Nothing. You may go. Or no. No, go on. I hate you. Or no. I just. Oh, if you only knew how angry I was, how angry, and my fingers swollen from this thing. Why won't you leave? Go.
Farewell.
Yes, go. Don't wait. No, go. How angry I am.
How angry I was with myself. To fall in love like a schoolboy. to be caught like a hungry fish. Oh, this is just fine. to pay the interest tomorrow, and the hay harvest has begun, and then you arrive. I'll never forgive myself.
But leave. Go. I hate you. I
love you.
Merciful heavens!
Luka, tell them in the stables that Toby isn't to have any oats.